This rodeo's more than just a game. It's our lifeline. Caught the thief in the night by the glow of the moon. Turned out it was family, like a dark twisted tune. But loyalty's a burden when the past weighs you down. I'll do what it takes to save our small town. But the stakes are high when the truth collides with old rivalries and family ties. In the heart of our town, justice ain't blind. I'm torn between the badge and the ties that bind. Oh, thunder, come home, don't let us fall. For a rodeo dream means the world to us all. So I'll ride with my heart through the dust and despair for the love of my town and the hope in the air. With thunder back home, we'll stand proud and tall in the spirit of rodeo. We'll answer the call.
They say love comes back around, but I've burned that merry-go-round. I'm fossilizing my own skin, a relic of where I've been. You've got a better chance at seeing a dinosaur than catching me in love once more. T-Rex stomping through your neighborhood street is more likely than me admitting defeat. And burn, watch bridges fall with no return. My heart's a museum locked up tight, no tours allowed, no candlelight. You got a better chance at seeing a dinosaur than catching me in love once more. Velociraptors running through the parking lot is more likely than me giving love a shot. But love ain't something I plan. I'm Jurassic tough, I won't evolve. No puzzle here you're gonna solve. You got a better chance at seeing a dinosaur than catching me in love once more. A brontosaurus grazing by the county fair is more likely than me showing I care. Are buried, can't reclaim. Dig me up with a shovel and brush, but don't expect me to fall for the rush. Jurassic Park odds are better than mine. Love's a comet I left behind. You'll see raptors in your grocery aisle before I walk down that love mile. You got a better chance at seeing a dinosaur than catching me in love once more. Jurassic thunder shaking the floor is more likely than me opening that door. What's more likely? No, sir. Me in love again? No more. So if you're waiting on me to change, better buy a ticket to the fossil range. 'Cause love's gone the way of a dinosaur, and I ain't coming back no more. You got a dinosaur, better chance at a dinosaur. first one dialing when the daylight fades. Checking in on folks who swear they've had better days. I'm the late night talker on the porch swing creek, the one who listens close when they can't find sleep. But my phone stays quiet when my world goes wrong. Feels like I'm singing to a crowd that's long been gone. I keep holding up the line like it's my cross to bear, but it's lonely being the only one who ever cared. 'Cause when I call, I'm the friendly one, the good time buddy, the go-to son. But when I stop, they start to talk. Say I'm cold, withdrawn, he's building a wall. Funny how nobody noticed at all till I quit calling. Now I'm antisocial. I ain't bitter, I ain't broken, I just learned the truth. You can't chase down love that don't run toward you. I gave my time, my heart, my open door, but a one-way road ain't a road no more. So I let it rain quiet, let the world spin on, and suddenly they're wondering what's wrong. It's a strange kind of silence when the tables turn, makes you see who's real and who just waits their turn. 'Cause when I call, I'm the friendly one, the good time buddy, the go-to son. But when I stop, they start to talk. Say I'm cold, withdrawn, he's building a wall. Funny how nobody noticed at all till I quit calling. Now I'm antisocial. Now I'm taking back my evenings, taking back my peace, pouring coffee on the porch, watching Oklahoma breathe. I ain't hiding, I ain't running, I'm just letting go of being everybody's lifeline when mine runs low. If they miss me now, well, that says enough. Guess they only feel the distance when I'm not holding us up. Maybe someday they'll see the truth. It ain't distance, it ain't attitude. It's just nice to feel like somebody cares enough to dial first once in a while out there. I ain't asking for a miracle, just a little sign that I ain't the only heartbeat on this telephone line. Yeah, when I call, I'm the friendly one, but when I don't, they come undone. Ain't it wild how the tables fall? I'm invisible till I'm not involved. Guess I'll let them whisper, let them draw their own conclusions. If I ain't calling, I'm antisocial. I remember those sun-soaked fields, chasing fireflies, living like we wouldn't yield. Your laughter danced through the warm summer air as we'd race down those back roads without a care.
The sweet scent of wildflowers blowing in the breeze. Hand in hand we climb those old oak trees.
And the taste of your lemonade, so cold and sweet,
Made those summer days feel so complete.
back roads and memories recall that night under the moonlight glow. We shared a blanket, watching the fireflies show.
You whispered your dreams, and I held you tight. With crickets singing softly, everything felt right.
And I could still smell that campfire smoke, the way your voice crackled when you tried to joke,
the taste of s'mores and that old guitar. You played me our song beneath 1,000 stars.
back roads and memories where the good times flow. With you by my side, there's nowhere else I'd go. From the sunrise in the pines to the stars above, in this country life we found our love.
Now we're older, the seasons change.
But that simple life, it won't be deranged.
We'll keep riding our horses, chasing the sun.
With every mile we travel, our story's never done.
Through the laughter and tears, we've built our home.
In this country life, we will never roam.
With you in my heart, I'll never be lost. In the warmth of our memories, no matter the cost.
Back roads and memories where the good times flow. With you by my side, there's nowhere else I'd go. From the sunrise in the pines to the stars above, in this country life we found our love. So here's to us under that wide open sky.
In this country life, just you and I.
Back roads and memories forever we'll share. With every heartbeat I'll always be there. He's been rolling down this highway since he was just a kid, with the sun at his back and the freedom that he lived. Tires on the pavement, engine roaring loud. But now it's time to hang it up and make his family proud. Beyond the wheels, there's a life to embrace. No more late night hauls, just a slower pace. He's traded in the highway for a quiet sunrise, with a heart full of stories and a love that never dies. Those midnight diners where he'd share a cup of joe, every mile a memory, every turn a tale to show. The road was his lover, but it's time to let it be. He's got a little cabin where he can finally breathe. Beyond the wheels, there's a life to embrace. No more late night hauls, just a slower pace. He's traded in the highway for a quiet sunrise, with a heart full of stories and a love that never dies. He'll remember the colors of the sunsets he drove, every truck stop friend, and the places he rode. But now it's coffee with his wife on the porch swing, trading in the rumble for the peace that life can bring. So here's to the truckers with mud on their boots, to the journeys they've taken and the dreams they've pursued. When the tires finally stop and the roads start to fade, there's a whole world waiting in the love that they've made. Beyond the wheel, there's a life to embrace. No more late night hauls, just a slower pace. He's traded in the highway for a quiet sunrise, with a heart full of stories and a love that never dies. So raise a glass to the journeys, to the laughs and the tears, to the open road of life and the memories through the years. Beyond the wheels, he'll find his way in the arms of his loved ones, where he'll choose to stay. Since the middle of June, feels like this year's been dragging a busted up boot. Got bills on the table, storms in the yard, and 12 months of trouble hitting way too hard. So I'm pouring me a strong one, leaning back in my seat. Tonight ain't a party, it's a long overdue sweep. I'm staying up on New Year's Eve this year, not to see the new one roll in with cheer. I'm sitting right here with my boots by the door, watching that old year stumble across the floor. Ain't raising a glass to what's coming, no, I'm staying up late just to make sure this one goes. There's a dent in my truck and a crack in my pride. Lost a little face somewhere along the ride, but the moon's hanging low like it's tired of the fight. And I'm nodding along saying, buddy, that's right. So I'll strike up a match, let the bad days burn, and wave this year off like it ain't welcome to return. I'm staying up on New Year's Eve this year, not to see the new one roll in with cheer. I'm sitting right here with my boots by the door, watching that old year stumble across the floor. Ain't raising a glass to what's coming, no, I'm staying up late just to make sure this one goes. My buddy called earlier, said, man, you coming now? But I ain't in the mood for confetti or crowd. Dressed up in a forced little smile, so I'll sit with my dog and a hum of the heat. Let the choir remind me what peace used to be. And maybe I'll whisper a prayer or two for the folks who held on and the ones who pulled through. But I ain't sugarcoating what the truth believes. This year's been a thief and I'm watching it leave. I'm staying up on New Year's Eve this year, not to see the new one roll in with cheer. I'm sitting right here with my boots by the door, watching that old year stumble across the floor. Ain't raising a glass to what's coming, no, I'm staying up late just to make sure this one goes. Maybe next year be kinder, maybe it won't, but I'll take a clean slate over one that don't. So I'll count down slow with a half-hearted grin. I ain't celebrating, I'm just showing it out again. I remember last winter I had hope in my hands, thought the world might settle, thought I'd get one good chance. But the months rolled by like a runaway train, and I'm standing here covered in yesterday's rain. Still there's something about midnight that feels like a key, a door cracking open for a man like me. I'm staying up on New Year's Eve this year, not to see the new one roll in with cheer. I'm guarding that midnight like a man on patrol till the last second drags this year out the door. Ain't raising a glass to what's coming, no, I'm staying up late just to make sure this one goes. rules. Gone, get gone, take your trouble and leave. Ain't nothing you brought that I'm trying to keep. When the clock strikes 12, I'll be breathing free, 'cause I stayed up late just to make sure you leave. She came in like thunder, boots on the floor, eyes like the storm I've been waiting for. Whiskey and roses, scars on her skin. I knew from that moment I'd never outrun her again. She don't need saving, she don't wear chains, but I'd walk through fire just to shoulder her pain. For all my days, I'll carry her name tattooed on my soul like a runaway flame. Through dust and rain, through rust and grace, she don't believe in fairy tale lines, but she reads my silence like vintage signs. We built a home out of broken chords and danced through the wreckage like we own the war. She don't need diamonds, she don't need praise, but I trade my tomorrows just to relive her gaze. For all my days, I'll carry her name tattooed on my soul like a runaway flame. Through dust and rain, through rust and grace, I'll love that woman for all my days. If the sky falls down, if the road turns black, I'll be her shadow, I'll never turn back. She's the song I sing when the night won't end. She's the reason I fight, she's my only friend. For all my days, I'll carry her name tattooed on my soul like a runaway flame. Through dust and rain, through rust and grace, I'll love that woman for all my days. Yeah, I'll love that woman for all my days. Forever and always. I've been chasing down the sunrise on these long red dirt highways. Just a memory in the rear view, but your shadow never fades. Every mile pulls me forward, every song pulls me back to the nights we carved our names in the steel of this old track. And I swore I'd outrun the silence, but it's louder than the wheels tonight. So I'm burning down the distance like a wildfire in the wind. If the road can't bring me home again, I'll ride it to the end. Yeah, I'm fighting through the darkness till your light comes breaking in. I'm burning down the distance just to feel your heart again. There were storms we never weathered, words we never gotta say, but I still hear your voice like thunder rolling miles away. I've been living like a ghost man, haunted by the could-have-beens. Well, tonight I'm done with running, I'm coming back again. And the truth, it's like a siren, couldn't cleave through the midnight sky. So I'm burning down the distance like a wildfire in the wind. If the road can't bring me home again, I'll ride it to the end. Yeah, I'm fighting through the darkness till your light comes breaking in. I'm burning down a distance just to feel your heart again. I remember how you held me when the world felt like it broke. How you breathed me back to life when I was drowning in smoke. But I traded all the mercy for restless, reckless pride. Now I'm free and you'll still want me when I'm standing there aside. Every dime, every truck stop, every faded neon sign feels like some forgotten chapter from a story you and I designed. And the closer that I get now, the more the truth comes clear. I was never really lost, I was just scared to disappear. Maybe love ain't in the leaving, maybe love is in the fight. And I'm done with all the grieving, now I'm coming home tonight. Extended bridge is a doorway, leave a little light on for me. I've been driving through my shadows, now I'm ready to be free. Every heartbeat is a promise, every mile a second chance. If you open up your arms again, I'll never break that dance. So I'm burning down the distance, every heartbeat, every mile. Every damn chance in your doorway, I crawled in with a smile. Yeah, I'm racing through the shadows till your light comes breaking in. I'm burning down the high, now I'm gone with all the distance. I'm finally home tonight. When the dawn comes rolling over that Oklahoma sky, I'll be standing on your front porch with the truth I can't deny. I was lost in the shadows, chasing dreams of fate, but Mama's voice was steady like a prayer she made. She said, child, don't forget, when the road gets rough, God's amazing grace will always be enough. Amazing grace and Mama's love lifted me when I'd had enough, held me close through the storm and rain, healed my heart, eased my pain. Two hands that never let me fall, one from heaven, one down the hall. Amazing grace and Mama's love saved my soul, raised me up. She'd hum those hymns while folding clothes. Precious Lord in heaven knows her faith was strong, her spirit kind. She gave me Jesus and peace of mind. Now I walk with mercy in my stride. Mama's prayers still echo deep inside, and when I stumble I hear her say, grace will guide you all the way. I see her Bible worn and torn, pages kissed by every storm. She'd read to me by candlelight, her voice a beacon in the night. Amazing grace and Mama's love lifted me when I'd had enough, held me close through the storm and rain, healed my heart, eased my pain. Two hands that never let me fall, one from heaven, one down the hall. Amazing grace and Mama's love saved my soul, raised me up. Now I'm the one who kneels and prays for my children's brighter days. I hear a whisper through the years, love like Jesus dry their tears. Amazing grace and Mama's love still shine down from up above. Through every trial, through every test, they gave me strength, they gave me rest. Two lights that never fade away, still guide my steps every day. Amazing grace and Mama's love saved my soul, raised me up. Woke up this morning, thought maybe things would change, but the same old storm clouds rolling just the same. Tried patching up the roof, tried fixing up my soul, but every time I climb a little higher, I slide back in a hole. Coffee pot was empty, truck wouldn't even start. Feels like life keeps dealing from the bottom of the car. I'm trying to keep my faith, but Lord, it's getting thin. 'Cause every time I stand up straight, the world knocks me down again. 'Cause nothing ever seems to go right, everything I touch just slips away. And every time I'm climbing out of this hole I'm in, somebody hands me a shovel like, boy, dig again. Yeah, I'm fighting for daylight in a world gone gray, but nothing ever seemed to go my way. Boss man's barking orders like he owns my every breath. Bills are stacking higher than the fear of going in debt. I swear I see the sunshine and the clouds roll back around, like the good Lord's testing just how far a man can drown. Mama called this morning, says she's praying hard for me. Says, son, you're stronger than the trouble that you see. But strength don't pay the mortgage and hope don't fill the tank. And I'm tired of writing checks that bounce harder than my bank. 'Cause nothing ever seems to go right. Everything I touch just slips away. And every time I'm climbing out of this hole I'm in, somebody hands me a shovel like, boy, dig again. Yeah, I'm fighting for daylight in a world gone gray, but nothing ever seems to go my way. But I ain't quitting, no, I ain't laying down. I keep swinging at the darkness till I turn it around. One day I climb out clean, leave that shovel in the dirt, and the world can keep its trouble. I'll be walking off the earth. I've seen good men crumble, I've seen strong ones break, I've seen dreams get buried under more than they can take. But there's a fire in my chest that won't let me fall, even when the night gets colder than the lies I've been told. So I lace up my boots, take another swing at fate. If the devil wants a dance, he's gonna have to wait. I may be bruised and battered, but I ain't losing yet. I still got a little fight, the world ain't stolen from me yet. Nothing ever seems to go right. Everything I touch just slips away. And every time I'm climbing out of this hole I'm in, somebody hands me a shovel like, boy, dig again. But I'll keep fighting for daylight, come what may. Even when nothing ever goes my way. A shovel when I'm almost out. They hand me a shovel, but I ain't giving in. Don't need no shovel. One day I'll break free and bury that shovel. I remember the summer days when Dad would tell his tales of World War I, II, boy. He wore those scars like trails. The smell of gunpowder lingered in the stories he'd unfold of brothers lost and battles fought in the fields where courage bold. So raise a glass for those who fell in the heat of every fight, from the beaches of Normandy to the deserts of the night. We'll hold their memories tight. In our hearts they'll never fade. On this hallowed ground we stand to honor the brave. Then came the Korean winter, my uncle in the cold. His words were like frozen whispers of a story seldom told. With frostbite on his fingers and his heart heavy as stone, he'd speak of friends who never came home and the weight of being alone. So raise a glass for those who fell in the heat of every fight. From the jungles of Vietnam to the deserts of the night, we'll hold their memories tight. In our hearts they'll never fade. On this hallowed ground we stand to honor the brave. Desert shield and desert storm, I watch my brother go. With a heart full of pride and fear, he said, it's my time to show. The sun baked on the asphalt, he took the taste of grit. He came back with a metal heart, but the ghosts, they wouldn't quit. So raise a glass for those who fell in the heat of every fight. From the mountains of Afghanistan to the shadows of the night, we'll hold their memories tight. In our hearts they'll never fade. On this hallowed ground we stand to honor the brave. And here we are on Memorial Day, with flags that wave and fly. We gather round to share our tales, with laughter, love, and sighs. The burgers sizzle, the kids all play, but silence takes its hold as we remember those who gave their lives, their stories told. So raise a glass for those who fell in the heat of every fight. From the lands of Iraq's battlefields to the stars that shine so bright, we'll hold their memories tight. In our hearts they'll never fade. On this hallowed ground we stand to honor the brave. So let's keep their stories alive in each smile, tear, and song. For every life they sacrificed, we carry them along. On this day we stand so tall, with their shadows by our side. In the love of freedom's call, our heroes never die.
Blue lights flashing in the rearview mirror, foot on the gas, heart pumping with fear. Window rolls down, attitude on high. Was I speeding? All that sign's a lie. License and registration, the officer said, but I'm already preaching from the back of my head. I know my rights, I shout and I stall, even though I just broke 3 federal laws. Got no clue what Miranda means, but I'll scream it loud in my ripped up jeans. I know my rights, yeah, I read a blog. Now I'm cuffed in the back talking like a demagogue. I didn't signal, ran a light, tailpipe smoking. Expired tags and my brake lights broken. But I watched a clip on TikTok last night, so I'm armed with half-truths and internet spies. Officers calm, but I'm breathing fire, coding amendments like a town crier. I know my rights, I yell and I scoff, even though my car smells like Molotov. Got no lawyer, just a rebel's drawl and a YouTube degree in courtroom brawls. I know my rights, yeah, I'm feeling smug till I trip on my shoelace and land in the jug. Ain't about justice, it's just a show. A roadside ramp with nowhere to go.
truth is simple, but pride runs deep, and ignorance is the hill I'll keep. I know my rights, I bark and I bite. Even though I'm wrong, I'll fight all night. Got no facts, just a rebel's creed and a TikTok lawyer I barely heed. I know my rights, but not the law.